Hey YouTube, it's Nikki for my 20-week update. I'm 20 weeks today, so that is halfway. So yay! Although who knows, the baby might come early and then it'll be actually more than halfway. But yeah, so is it kind of, does anyone know, is it genetic? Like if your mum had kids and they were early, you know, are you likely to also have them early? Because my brother was 3 weeks early and I was 1 week early. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that has nothing to do with anything. Also, like with baby weight and size, does that have, is that also genetic? Because my brother being 3 weeks early was still, okay, I have no idea in kilos, so 7 pounds 7, and I was 1 week early and I was 8 pounds 7, so just wondering if that means anything, and whether I'm also likely to have a big baby. In any case, the last time I had a scan, it was, the baby was measuring a week ahead of where I was. And the time before that it was, I think, 3 days ahead of the actual day. So yes, it seems to be growing a bit faster. I've actually got another scan on Wednesday, in 2 days, so I'll see how it's going, and that one's in 3D, so I'll do another update sometime after that. And yes, then we should be finding out for sure whether this is actually a boy, as we think, or if, you know, it's in the 20% chance that it's a girl. So yes, that's all very exciting. What can I tell you? A couple of people have mentioned that they had itchy skin during their pregnancy, and I have had that a lot. Now, it is winter at the moment, and in previous years I've also had itchy skin in winter, but it seems to me that it's worse this time than any other year. And maybe that's related to pregnancy. During the 3 weeks that I was in Australia, I thought, oh well, let's just see if it's just the cold or if it's actually related to pregnancy. And so the itching didn't totally go away in Australia in the warmer weather, but it definitely got less intense. So maybe the itching does have something to do with being pregnant, but that it's just intensified because of the cold weather. Anyway, that's what I'm going with at the moment, unless anybody comes up with any other solutions or, you know, reasons why that might be. What else? Last week I had a little bit of like cramping, tummy pains sort of thing. I thought, oh, that can't be good, but I don't know, it lasted maybe 4 or 5 days, and then because it was kind of strong and uncomfortable and not like what I'd had before, but it went away and I haven't had it since, so I suppose everything's all normal. What else? Sometimes I wake up with like these 2 fingers, and my hand up to about there will be numb on both hands. And apparently something called carpal tunnel syndrome is quite common during pregnancy, and that could be that, or I don't know. But yeah, so I've been waking up with just like numb fingers, like just those 2 fingers. And actually, according to one website I was looking at, they actually said that in carpal tunnel syndrome it's usually this side of your hand that you end up with something, so maybe that's not it at all. You know, it's, I don't know. What else? I've had sensitive gums as well for 2 or 3 weeks. Like sometimes I'll be cleaning my teeth and they'll bleed, and also, I don't know, just a couple of times like I've just felt they're really sensitive. I don't know, over here we have to, like pregnant women have to go to a dental appointment at some point in their pregnancy anyway to get like a prenatal government payment. So I have my appointment tomorrow, and I guess if there's any problems or anything they'll tell me there. But yeah, it's just kind of been a bit sensitive. And then we had pizza for dinner last night, and every time I eat pizza it's always too hot and I just can't wait because it looks so good and it smells so good, and I just eat it anyway. It's too hot, burning my mouth. So I'll go to the dentist and they'll be looking in my mouth going, gee, your gums and stuff are not that good. And I'll have to say, yeah, I burnt them on pizza. Still having breathlessness, kind of like sometimes I had to take the stairs at work today because I was in a hurry and the lift was being used, and the reason I was in a hurry is because the stupid bus never came and I had to wait for the next one, and you know, I thought I was gonna miss the start of my class, but no, I ended up getting there on time, so that was alright. But I just had to rush and didn't have time to wait for the lift because it's a really slow lift anyway. And yeah, so I got to the top of the stairs and rushing around, and I just like felt really breathless, and yeah. And then also in the past day or so, I've kind of, I don't know, it feels like I have a cold, like I have a bit of a scratchy throat, and I don't know, my nose isn't really blocked, but it feels like I can just feel something. And I think if I hadn't been pregnant, I would barely have even, you know, noticed anything at all. It's just that it's just made me really tired. Which is the same thing that I had when I had a cold just before I found out that I was pregnant. I was really, really tired, and then I kind of picked up a bit before I think the pregnancy tiredness set in. So yeah, when you're pregnant and you have a cold, it makes you tired. Really tired. Yeah. What else? So now that I'm at 20 weeks, I have put on about 4 kilos since the beginning of the pregnancy, or even since about 13 weeks, because I weighed myself before I went to Australia and I was still my pre-pregnancy weight, and then I weighed myself after I came back and I was 3.5 kilos heavier, which is, you know, the weight of an average baby. So you're like, oh, well, it's not that big yet, but anyway, extra blood, extra, I don't know, breast tissue, amniotic fluid, all that kind of stuff, all contributes, I guess, because, I mean, I can't really notice it I don't think my face looks any bigger than, like, my 4-week video or my arms or legs or anything. So yeah. So since I've been back from Australia, which was the 16 weeks, I have put in an extra 0.5 kilo. So yeah, I mean, that's all normal. So I mean, I think I'm now up to what like the weight that I should be according to like a not underweight BMI, just like a regular okay BMI. So yeah, that's alright. I'm not really worried about weight gain or anything, at least not at the moment, because it's not like out of proportion or anything. So